So I remember it was around November 2020, and we had this project called Resourceful, which we were building a new project for the New Earth, which is compensating people for indications, referrals, and simply supporting each other. But the way we were launching this project, we almost felt like a retreat. We had cacao ceremonies, breath work, and we were really bringing New Earth leaders together. And back then, I was so passionate about this project and the amazing people I was meeting. So we did this event to bring new investors and people that could participate on the mission. And we were in this place called the Pyramids of Chi in Bali, which is a sound healing place. And we were doing a sharing. We're sharing about ourselves and how we can support. And you know, the night before, I was having amazing insights, what I want to share, and how passionate I am about this mission. And so people were sharing, and it's really magical. And when it comes to my time, I choke. It feels like all the inspiration that I had and all the visions of me talking and inspiring others couldn't come through. And I start stuttering, and I'm so self-conscious, and it gets worse and worse. I'm like, yeah, so, and I did such a basic share. There was nothing that I really wanted to do before, nothing of what I envisioned. And that bugged me so much because people after me would come and share amazing things, and people were laughing and people were inspired. And I almost like, oh, can I do it again? Can I do it again? But there was no chance for me to do it. And I was so bugged because my entire life I had these things where I would visualize myself speaking, and when would come the time, I almost had a block on my throat. And I couldn't express. My voice would go really low and I couldn't speak up. And I was really insecure and I was really self-conscious. I spent my whole life figuring out why I didn't feel fully expressed, but most importantly, I didn't feel free. Freedom was my number one value, and I wasn't free. So I was standing for something that I wasn't embodying. And even though I've created a life of freedom in many areas, financial freedom, to a certain extent, I'm not a millionaire or a billionaire, but you know, I have money to do whatever I want. I worked online, and I had online businesses generating me amazing revenue where I could be working sometimes, 10 hours, 20 hours a week at some weeks. Some weeks I would work more, but I had the flexibility, and I was living in amazing places. I would get to travel whenever I want. Quote unquote, I was free, but I didn't have internal freedom. And this internal freedom is your ability to simply be, is your ability to act crazy, is your ability to speak the way you do even though it's unconventional, is your ability to be weird when everyone is being normal, is your ability to be loud when you want to say something that really means to you, and is your ability to express what you want to express and how you want to express without getting caught up in your mind. So I want to teach you one of the main reasons that I've discovered for myself and a few of my clients. What is this block that is on the way? We can go into the root cause of the problem briefly, and you always got to go back to the root cause if you want to change something permanently. But I'm going to give you an exercise that you can do here on this video. But the root cause is growing up, most of the times, the love that you received was conditional, meaning you would only get certain types of approval and other things if you were acting in a certain way that was quote unquote accepted or good in the eyes of others. And because growing up it feels conditioned to receive love, you start to act and you start to perform in a certain way that you think people will like and accept. And this really comes down to the fear of abandonment. Because if people abandon you when you're a child or when you're a baby, you're gonna die, right? If someone just puts you out in the street, it's most certainly that you're gonna die. So it really ties back to the fear of death. And then we bring this into our lives and we start to perform based on what we think people want out of us, so we can receive the love, the appreciation, and the approval of others. But this thing is that the longer you do this, the bigger this monster gets and the less free you are. That is one of the reasons. There's a few other root causes, which can be ancestral trauma, especially if you are a healer, a light worker, a coach. You know, you're here to help the world to evolve, basically. So there's a lot of ancestral fear there. And this fear lives in your body. That is the main thing. It's not a mindset thing as much as a somatic and emotional thing. And if you want to liberate yourself, you need to start from the first layer of this world, which is the 3D, which is the physical. When you're able to liberate things from your body, it becomes a lot easier for you to align your mindset to that, because the pattern isn't repeating as strongly. And it becomes a lot easier for you to find emotional peace with it, and your spirit can elevate with it. There's many ways to approach this. And I use all of these approaches, and it depends on the situation in a different order. But I want to give you an exercise that you can do here on this call that will really help you to release these blockages. Because a lack of authenticity really is filters that you have that are filtering your expression. You cannot just go somewhere without thinking and start speaking and saying things and doing things. If you do this, eventually your mind, what are you doing? And it catches you and starts filtering. Don't do this, don't do that. This is, you know what I mean? And honestly, it's not serving you. I guarantee you that. When you're able to connect with your heart and you know who you truly are, your true self with a capital T, you don't need to filter anything because you're made in the image of God. Yep, I want to give you this exercise. So this exercise is called the arc and the bow. And what you're going to do is, as you stand up, you're going to bend your knees slightly. Your hands will be facing each other. And you're going to arc your back. And your hands are going to go like this. And you're going to have your neck open. And you're going to bend as far as you can go. And you're going to breathe. Deep belly breaths. As you can see, my body's already shaking. It's a really demanding exercise. And I want to incentivize you to let your body shake and let it do what it's doing. And you stay in this position for about a minute, ideally 2 minutes. I used to do this for 2 minutes. And once you're done, you're going to bend forward. You're going to bend your knees a little bit, and you're just going to stretch like this, and you're going to hold. But all the weight is going to be on your calf. And you do this for a minute or two, and then you go back into the arc and bow, and you can do this 3 times. I guarantee you, this is going to be one of the most powerful somatic exercises that you do in your life. This is really removing the blockages that are from your root chakra to your crown chakra, my friend. And you will really feel the opening in your heart and throat chakra. A very powerful exercise. Is most likely that after doing it, you feel really tired because you shift some heavy, dense stuff there. But it's important to understand that that's one tool, and it's mostly regarding this somatic side. You're not going to become fully free, fully authentic, and fully expressed by simply doing this. It's going to help you a lot, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done. But I guarantee you that when you do this work and you go through this path, your life will just keep getting better and better. Investing in liberating your authentic expression, especially if you are a leader, a coach, a healer, is going to be the best investment you make in yourself, in your business, in every area of your life. Especially with the times that we're coming in. Times are changing, people are catching up to authenticity, and people who are faking it, or people who are teaching something but are not embodying it, they're gonna be operating in a different level, and it's not gonna be fun. I'll tell you that. So, I know I'm sounding very stunned on this video, but I know what I'm talking about. I've been through the depths of the depths when it comes to allowing ourselves, truth ourselves to come through. And that's why I'm sharing this video with pretty much no cuts, no edits, unless I stop here for 10 minutes and I think about something. So, and I also want to give you a step forward. I've created a workshop with my beautiful wife called Show Up and Be Seen, which is helping you to feel safe while showing up. And why so many people, they have a beautiful magic to share with the world. They have a mission, perhaps they're looking for this mission, but they have something that they can share and help. But why they're still hiding? Why are you still hiding when you know you have so much to give? And I know why, and I've been there my whole life. And in this workshop, we are uncovering these things, and we're helping you to liberate yourself. I also go through this exercise on the workshop. You can have it for free. You can just look for the link in the description section and get free access to it. And if you like this video, subscribe to my channel and leave a comment. I love you so much, and I can't wait to see you shining your light and being fully, authentically, truthfully, rawly, whatever, expressed. I want you to express your beautiful self with integrity, with the beautiful heart that you have. I love you.